Hello, this is Anjana with the Jurassic Coast Trust, and today what I want to share with you are my top 5 facts about Worbarrow Bay and Tyneham village. Fact number 1. Why is Tyneham village so special? During World War II, just before Christmas in 1943, the War Office decided to take it over. This meant that all of the villagers, including all of the families and the children, they had to leave their homes behind. In fact, the villagers never returned. Even after the war, the army continued to use the land for military purposes. And so, today, if you go to Tyneham, you'll discover an abandoned village with houses that have basically fallen apart. But there are other buildings, like the schoolhouse and the church, that have since been preserved as museums. Fact number 2. Why are all the rocks tilted at Worbarrow Bay? The rocks at Worbarrow Bay that are all tilted are actually part of something called the Purbeck monocline. The Purbeck monocline is a gigantic geological fold that's related to the formation of the Alps. What happened was this. The African plate was starting to move northwards, and as it moved north, it collided with the Eurasian plate. Now, as these two pieces of the crust collided, they actually buckled and folded and deformed, and they moved upwards, forming huge mountain chains that we know as the Alps today. These tremendous tectonic forces then rippled out over the crust, and they also folded lots of other rocks that we see along the Jurassic Coast today. Fact number 3. Does Worbarrow Bay tell a story of climate change? The rocks along Worbarrow Bay tell an extraordinary story of sea level rise. To begin with, the limestones chart an environment dominated by swamps and lagoons. The limestones that were forming in the swamps and lagoons tell a story of dinosaurs in forests. And we know this because geologists have actually found evidence of dinosaur footprints and trackways in the rocks at Worbarrow Bay. How cool is that? Dinosaurs! Next, as rivers crisscrossed the land, they deposited sands and clays across the environment. The chalk rocks were deposited in seas where there were billions of microscopic algae dying and falling to the bottom of the seabed. Fact number 4. How long have people lived at Worbarrow Bay? There have been people living in and around Worbarrow Bay for a very long time. In fact, on the top of the hill is an ancient hill fort known as Flowers Barrow. Archaeological evidence found at Flowers Barrow tells us that people have been living there for over 2,500 years. They must have had quite an extraordinary view right over the English Channel. We know that people lived there because there are fragments of Iron Age pottery as well as sling stones and bones that have been found in archaeological digs. Fact number 5. How do you get to Worbarrow Bay and Tyneham village? Worbarrow Bay and Tyneham village are only open at the weekends because for the rest of the week the army are shooting tanks on the other side of the hill. Once you get there, you can park your car in the car park for £2 all day. Then it's a short walk to Worbarrow Bay itself. It's very well graded, so if you've got little legs, it's not too far to walk, but also if you've got a pram or a buggy, it's very accessible. Once you get to the end of the path, you'll be greeted with a fantastic view of the bay itself, and you can see all the tilted rocks and you can enjoy walking up and down over the hills. Enjoy yourself at Walbro Bay.